question with Ajinkya Rahane though is what is the state of his finger in the first inning? The hearing has not been to scan. Now suppose he does and you find there's a little hairline fracture, for example, would the medical team say sorry you're not batting, or they just pat it up and say go out and bat?
No, not in a situation like this. Unfortunately, you've just got to get out there and get the job done for your team, and I'm sure that's what Jinx would want as well. Ajinkya will want that. There's no way in the world he's not going to get out there and do the best that he can for his team in a situation like this. Plus he's got other stuff to think about. He's got another tour to think about as well in less than a month to the West Indies. He's not going to give away anything too easily, having just got back into the side.
No, and he's a tough player. He's not the kind to back off. He admitted there was pain. He admitted there was pain. He didn't try to put on a bold face. He said there was pain. But Ricky, Ravi, you've played how many years? Has there been a time when you were completely free of pain? You carry it with you to bat so often. Don't you?
What I did carry was plenty of Brufen at that time, especially when you toured the West Indies and popped 2 every night. You know, so you bound. Yeah, I mean, it was 200 mg. I think you can't take it now, but at that time you could just take it every night because the treatment starts for the bruises next morning.
Ricky's wondering about the dosage. Dr. Sun, he knows the dosage.
You mentioned about touring the West Indies. I'm going to do my best to find a photo of my great mate Justin Langer after a test match innings that he played against the West Indies in the West Indies. There's a photo of him sitting back in the change rooms. I'll come back to that. He batted a whole day, I think. Might have even got a test match 100, and I think it might have been in Guyana. There's a photo of him sitting back in the change room with his gear off, ice packs over him everywhere. We'll find that photo for sure.
All right, they're happy with the landings. Stark will continue from left arm. True. A little tumble. But he gets up quickly. If you're afraid of pain, you're not playing this game.
He gets up, and I think Pujara will move very quickly to do some gardening.
Ravi on cue. The moment he said that, he started to move.
Luckily, he's not at the non-strikers end. That was definite. He would have been in that area where Stark's landing his feet.
It was Rohit. It's over. Warm day for them too. Because he's perfectly happy to leave it. You're running in this hot temp.
Just.
I think the ones that raise my consciousness the highest, it's after, of course, the last 5 years that I'm not drinking, not using drugs, alcohol, coffee, sugar and stuff.
Yeah.
The water fast.
You know, the relationship between a child and mother is a music. Is music.
Wow.
Because music you cannot touch. But it's an energy between us. And her mom and dad had sex under a tree or something and never seen each other again. And she was born like lost, but look where she is. That's why the suicide rate is higher in men
Men than women.
than women.
seara! Sunteți la podcastul lui Damian Drăghici din nou. Vă mulțumesc mult pentru toate mesajele voastre. Vă mulțumesc pentru tot sprijinul și sunt de cele mai multe ori copleșit de atâta iubire. Astăzi am un invitat extrem de special. Îl urmăresc și urmăresc activitatea poate de ani și ani de zile. Am citit cărțile, sunt un mare fan. Am contactat-o pe soția lui acum, nu mai știu, 8-9 luni de zile și mi-a venit ideea să-l invit la podcast. Mă simt extrem de onorat și de bucuros să facem astăzi un podcast și am onoarea să-l am pe, nu știu cum să-i spun, marele om.
Becomes a bit of a hazard for the fast bowler. We saw Mitchell Starc fall over at the start of that over. That's because when he landed, his foot would have landed on the edge, one of those risen edges, and lost his balance. So it's now flattened out now, ready to go again.
And especially when you're in rhythm, you keep landing in the same place every time. You don't want your foot to land in the crater. The last thing you want is to turn an ankle landing there. Michael Boland. 2 slips, a second gully almost. So 2 slips, a 4th slip and a gully, if you want to call it that.
And that's the field I'd like to see for Pujara. That's the field I was sort of intimating about last over. It's not the most high-tech piece of machinery, is it?
Well, it's worked for 100 years, so I guess it's good enough. What they do have every single time for Rohit Sharma is 2 men back. The distance between them is a little bit more than when Stark's bowling. And the timing is awesome. He stands up tall when Rohit Sharma bats like that. You just want him to keep on batting. It is so pretty to see.
How good a shot is that? This meets